things that my exes did and I still stayed. My ex knocked on my door and told my mother to go back to Jamaica. Just for some context, I was like 17, 18, dating an older guy, and he would constantly threaten to like knock on my door. And my family absolutely hated him, obviously for good reasons. When my mom went to tell him that he was not welcomed at our house, he told her to go back to Jamaica, and my mother absolutely hated him after that. In fact, my mom got like, it's like not a restraining order, but it's like a level down, like a protection order. Like he wasn't allowed within like 3 or 4 blocks of our house. One time we were 100 kilometers away from my house, like an hour and 20 minutes. And he kicked me out of the car, guys, and drove away. I would use his credit card to like Uber myself home. But just the fact, like he didn't know I could do that, but just the fact that he would do it was like insane. One time he got me a really cute outfit. It was like $200 or $300, and we got into a fight on the highway, and he threw the bag out the window on the highway. One of the more traumatic memories is when he took me to the Dominican for like a vacation, and we got into a fight at a bar, and he punched me in my face. He literally got apprehended by fucking Dominican police. I was terrified to stay in the room, so I literally hid in the luggage department, like where they store the luggage in the hotel, like the resort. It was a resort. So I stayed where they store the luggage overnight. I literally slept on the floor. I used his credit card again to buy like a last minute flight out of the country. I had never been more terrified in my whole life. My mom came and picked me up from the airport, and I probably went back like a week later. When he tried to get me back, I told him that he would have to pay for the plane ticket, even though I put it on his credit card. So I made him like e-transfer me like $600 or $700 in order to like give him a second chance. I had another ex give me a cockroach in my tea before because his house had roaches, and one of them like crawled into the tea that he made me. Crazy ex had also gotten me a phone plan, and he would like check to see who I was calling. And one time I made like a late night call to my dad, and he saved my dad's number, texted him to ask, who is this? Years later, after we break up, he sees me outside one time and decides to like text my dad to say that I was like all because he saw me out on the street with my brother. One time my crazy ex called me because a man with his family, like his 2 young children and wife beside him, came up to me and gave me a hug to say hello because me and him had lost our luggages together. And he just decided to give me a hug, and it wasn't even that deep. It was like a little side hug, and the man was literally with his wife and kids. Another time on vacation, this man chased me. I forget what we were fighting about, but he chased me throughout the resort to the point where I ran upstairs into this games room. I ran into a games room, and there's these kids like playing games, like pool and stuff, and this man was like banging on the door because I'd locked it, and the little kids was honestly like so fucking cute. Like the little kids are telling me, they're like, don't worry, we're gonna protect you. This man is chasing me again over some jealousy bullshit. Most of my worst like memories with this ex come from like being on vacation with him. That's why I always caution y'all with like going on these free trips. Like sometimes there is a price, and being in a foreign country with a jealous, controlling man is not fun. I'd rather have stayed home. I was honestly terrified most of my trips with him. He was so jealous, and it was like the littlest things would set him off. On another trip to the Dominican, he'd bought me clothes because my luggage was like lost in the plane or something. He took me out, spent like $300 or whatever on the clothes. Him and I get into a fight because he's being so controlling. Like he wanted me to be by his side for everything, and he was being like too clingy, and I was like so turned off by it. I was like, leave the fuck alone. He took the clothes that he just bought me and ripped them apart, and I still stayed on that entire vacation. He ripped them apart. I still have one of the overalls that he got me. I literally wear it like this because he ripped off a button.
And you know, he's turning up to this girl's house who was 17, 18 at the time, and you know, she says he was a bit older. We don't know his age, but you know, a little bit older. And just banging on the door, you know, demanding that he's let into the house. And then to make comments like he did, you know, about Jamaica and the certain type of food and stuff like that. It's obnoxious, it's rude, and it's abusive, really. It is a form of abuse, and you know, it's not anything anyone should have to put up with, really. And you know, look at it, she doesn't have to anymore. They've obviously gone their separate ways and stuff like that.
Thanks for watching StoryTrender. Don't forget to like and follow.